What's up, everybody? Welcome to The Revival. My name is JJ, and today I'm talking about my top 5 games of all time. So anyone who has listened to my old show, The Frozen North, has heard this list before, because I talked about it on there. So it's the same 5 games, but this YouTube channel is all about getting to know me specifically, so I figured I'd do a quick reiteration, because I don't expect you to go through and listen to those episodes over again. But yeah, so we'll start with number 5. Number 5 on my list is a little-known game called The Witcher 3. Dude, I was blown away by this game. I played 1 and 2 to kind of, just because everybody had said so much about it, like, holy crap, like, I really honestly had no plans of playing it, because to me it just looked like, oh cool, another guy who's a badass, who's killing monsters and blah blah blah, whatever. I gotta stop doing that, because if Mass Effect has taught me anything, it's to stop thinking that I know what to expect in games and just actually give them a shot. So that's totally on me. But I played 1 and 2. I thought they were okay. 1 was rough to get through. I had to force myself to get through that, but I liked the concept. I thought it was kind of neat. 2 was better, and it was a good game, but nowhere near like where I'm like, oh my gosh, I gotta try this again. And then I played The Witcher 3, and I was blown away. Like, absolutely blown away. I couldn't wait to get home from work every day and pop it in, just playing as Geralt and just running around, and every single side quest felt like a main quest. Like, everything you did in that game felt like it had weight and substance, and it was because of the writing and the way it was presented. And that was such a cool thing to me, because I was used to, using side stuff as a way to enhance my main game, which this game does to a certain extent, but at the same time you really feel like you're like doing something that has value, and it's not just there to be busy work and to improve your character. It's there because it's interesting. If you haven't played it, definitely go check this out. As you'll see by the other games on my list, I'm very into the old stuff, so to have this break my top 5 was huge for me, and I was like, holy crap, like, that's amazing. And I absolutely adore this game. I still have yet to go through the 2, whatever they are, the 2 expansions or DLCs, whatever they are. I have them, but I haven't gone through them yet, and I need to, because this is amazing. So number 4 on my list is another little-known game, Final Fantasy IX. This is probably the game that I recommend. This and 10 are probably the 2 I recommend to people who are curious about the Final Fantasy series that want to give it a shot. 10 is probably a little bit easier to get into, but I feel like this one represents the Final Fantasy series the best, in that it's like a fairy tale adventure, just with a great cast of characters that are all diverse, and just a wonderful story that it'll give you the feels in some parts. And I absolutely adore this game. We did the book club thing where I give some minor opinions and stuff on it, which is on this channel. You can go check that out if you want to hear us go through literally like the entire game. Yeah, this game is awesome, and I will always go back and replay it every couple of years, because it's that good. Number 3 on my list is Secret of Mana. One of those. It depends on who you are, how you pronounce it. I used to say Mana, and then I got made fun of a lot, and so I started saying Mana. But I just heard on the completionist he said Mana also, so I feel way better about how I used to pronounce it. But I've kind of gotten used to saying Mana now, so that's peer pressure will do that to you. But this is such a freaking fun game. I remember seeing the TV commercials for it as a kid and being like, oh, it's kind of neat. And then my cousin Mike, he played it with his neighbor and his neighbor's dad. The three of them were playing it and going through it and stuff, and I was like, you're playing a 3-player game? And they're like, yeah, it's kind of like Zelda with experience points and leveling up and stuff. And I was like, what? That's awesome! So I was super excited to give it a shot eventually. And I didn't get it until a couple of years later when I was living in Kansas finally. And my parents, on my birthday, they knew I wanted it. So they got a big box that looked like clothes, and I was like, I've always been somebody who is like, I will appreciate what I get no matter what. It could be you get me, a box of just rocks, and I'll be like, you got me something, that's so nice, thank you so much. Like, I will appreciate anything and everything. But everybody knows when you're a kid, you see that closed box, a little part of you is kind of like, alright, thank you, I guess, So I saw that, and I was like, just smile and stuff. Open it up, and it was all a big trick, because inside they had this. They know me too well, and I freaking love it. I played the hell out of it, and I've probably beaten this game more than any other game. With the remake that just came out for it, I think I beat it in about 5 hours, just because I was trying to get the Platinum Trophy, and I screwed up a couple of times, so I had to keep playing through it over and over again. I freaking love every minute of it. This is such a fantastic game. The music, the story, it's just so much fun, especially if you've got 2 other people who are able to play with you and you can go through the adventure together. It's a lot of fun, and I highly recommend it to anybody who hasn't given it a shot yet. Number 2, Xenogears. I have mentioned this before, where I remember getting this game and not knowing anything about it, playing it and thinking it was like good because I like the gameplay and I like the concept behind it. I was like, oh man, you can battle on foot, you can battle in your gears, you can go all over the world. Eventually you get this huge ship. It's crazy. But I never really fully grasped the story until I saw Dark Pixel do their analysis of the game, and Mike went through the whole spiel on the story and just made it all click. And now I love it all over again. This game is so incredible, and it's such a shame that Disc 2 ended up the way it did. I'm not going to go into details on that. I imagine anybody who knows this game knows that story. If you haven't, just go look up Xenogears Disc 2, what happened on YouTube, and there's plenty of videos out there talking about it. But I seriously cannot recommend this game enough. If you like really, really deep, just crazy detailed stories that'll make you scratch your head and really, really think about human nature and what it means to, like, stand for something and believe in something, and just this whole game is just it's crazy. It's incredible. Can't recommend it enough. Xenogears, number 2. And of course, number 1, I made a whole video on it. Final Fantasy 3/6. I don't need to go too much in depth to it because I made a whole video about why I love this game so much. It is my favorite game of all time, and it's going to be really tough to ever dethrone this thing because everything about it is just amazing. The characters, the music, the world, the story, it's just all perfect for me. And I absolutely love it. So if you want to hear me gush more about that, go check out my other video that I did. It was one of the first videos I did on the channel, just kind of talking about why I love this game so much. I absolutely adore it, and that'll never change. But once again, thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. What are your top 5 games of all time? Let me know. I'm curious, because I like seeing people's different opinions on games and stuff. So, yeah, let me know. And as always, keep on gaming.